Cancer Rising, this is your monthly reading for the month of March 2026 or whenever it is that you see it. Let's get an animal card for you. The polar bear. Stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully. Oh, a fly. Oh, God. They're coming for your ass. They're just flies, though. Respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. Don't expect them to like it, but do it. All right, so let's see. Who are you this month? How are you showing up? The Page of Swords reversed. Oh, the devil. Okay, you got me in a habit here. Knight of Coins reversed. You got in a habit, but you can change. You can change here. Um, so Page of Swords reversed is someone who is petty and they're bitter and they like to talk some shit and they're pretty critical with their words, especially when triggered with the devil. They've kind of gotten outside of their true self with the devil too, in a negative pattern, because they haven't felt stable enough with the Knight of Coins reversed, and then the Knight of Cups reversed. Also, this is like, I'm not trying to kiss your ass anymore. I'm not trying to put on a brave face or put on a happy face. You tell me to smile, I tell you fuck off. Like, that's the vibe we're getting as we roll into March. Is you're just had it and you're ready to pop off on somebody and they need to wash themselves for sure. Okay. So what are your values this month? Four of Swords reversed. You're ready to leap into action. You're done thinking about it. Ace of Cups reversed. You're emotionally devoid of any gives of fucks. You just couldn't care less. And in fact, there's even like valuing the pain and being associating yourself with being damaged in a way that you're like, yeah, I've been through some shit, and like wearing that on your sleeve and on your shoulder and like the chip on the shoulder, right? And then we've got the Magician and the Three of Coins both reversed. So this is a feeling of powerlessness because you don't feel that you have anyone around to support you, that no one wants to buy you, no one wants to hire you, buy, buy your goods and services, pay you for your time, whatever, right? And all this in your values is telling me that you've kind of gotten yourself to a place where you feel like an outsider, you feel unwanted, and you've almost taken it on as a badge of honor and courage. Like, I still exist and I'm still going to do what I want, and you're going to hear about it and you're ready to start speaking up and saying how you feel. And then with the polar bear, though, it's like, okay, but are you, you really don't have the bandwidth anymore, because I think it's been an ongoing thing where you've been kind of shat on. And now it's just like, I don't have any respect or compassion left to give. I'm pissed and fuck you because you weren't there for me. You didn't help me. I feel disempowered because we couldn't work as a team, XYZ. What needs to change? Queen of Cups reversed, Ace of Wands. Okay. If you're trying to come up with all kinds of ideas and inspiration and take action on a basis where you're delusional, emotionally unstable, insecure, not listening to your intuition, Cancer, right? Like, what are we doing? That will only end in failure. Page of Cups at the base. You've got to engender a positive outlook and a positive messaging, if not just to yourself. I am worth it. I am good. I have good intentions. I believe that there is good in the world. And I can see the good in others. Doesn't mean we have to let down our boundaries until they've earned our trust. But there is good in others, right? So you're just flipping the script. You've grown in power, right? You've grown in self-worth to some degree. But now you're at this place where you're bitter and resentful, and you're ready to just let anyone around you hear about it. And it's not, that's a place of power that you may not be used to. And I respect you for getting this far. But the next step is to release and forgive, because no, everyone's more focused on themselves than they are about you. Likewise, you're more focused on yourself than you are about other people. And that's the way of things. And it's, We all have our own reasons for that, but that's how it is. So there, somewhere in this mix, I have a feeling we're gonna get to the message that we need forgiveness. We need to forgive, because you can't create from this basis where you're emotionally unstable. You gotta be at peace with yourself and with others and how things have gone in your life. What's at the base? Ten of Swords reversed in the Sun. So this is what's driving you. It's a twofold thing. You're both looking for your own actualization to show up in the world. Here I am, rock you like a fucking hurricane. Like, I have value. I'm looking for my joy and happiness. I'm looking for my purpose. Wonderful. But what's right behind it? The Ten of Swords reversed. I will destroy myself if it means fucking you over. Or I, am willing to go to great lengths to get my get back. The get back must be had. And the King of Swords reversed at the base. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm not listening to you. This is extraordinarily judgmental and controlling in that form of judgment. This is just not what I expect to see from a Cancer. You've really been hurt. And I get that. And it's no judgment for me for how you got to this place. Why you're here at this reading right now is to learn how to get out of it. Because this is a point on the journey where you finally say, fuck everyone, I'm going to put me first, and that's wonderful. But now, putting you first, you have to go back around and say, I forgive you. So, what do you need to have the courage to do this month? Judgment. Judgment doesn't mean judgment. Judgment is talking about Judgment Day in the tarot, which means the reckoning, which means taking all parts of the darker side of yourself and acknowledging what they are. You have to have the courage to acknowledge that you have this bitter, resentful aspect of yourself and face it. The Seven of Wands. You need to rise to a higher place where what you're fighting for is actually worth fighting for. That is how your Nine of Cups comes about, which is your desire, your dream, your hope, that dream come true, and the world completion. Big cards here. Big cards here, okay? So the Judgment card for me is the lightning bolt. That's the spark of intuition and knowing that never leaves us, no matter how many times we try to doubt it. And you've gotten that recently. And it has to do with what your purpose is. It has to do with what's really of true value. It has to do with who you are as a person. And how that is showing up here is that is what needs to be elevated and placed on the pedestal in your life. That my purpose is to self-actualize. My purpose is to share my voice, or whatever it is, right? You know what it is because the Judgment's here. Place that purpose on the pedestal. Let all other things fall away, because your focus needs to be on your goals and your dreams and your happiness, and drawing a conclusion to whatever these other people did. They need to be out of the picture. Like, whether literally or in your own headspace of like, living there rent free, that's not acceptable anymore. And so the courage that you need to take is just whenever those thoughts arise of like, you're a piece of shit, or meaning other people, or you hurt me and I want my get back, that you give it up to God and you say that the get back is God's. And I mean, God doesn't judge. It's just, you get sent back to receive karma. And well, that's my own personal belief. You take it as if you want, but, ultimately you will destroy yourself if you try to make judgment and justice yours. I hope that makes sense. All right, what's a detail you may be missing? Detail you need to pay attention to. The Five of Cups, your own sorrow, and focus on your hurts and pains and how that creates a combativeness in you. And also the clamming up, Page of Wands. I don't want to fucking talk about it, but I'm also really pissed off and no one knows why, because I don't want to talk about it. And you're just dwelling on these emotional pains. If you're a Cancer rising, this is probably a familiar pattern to you. But at the base of it is the Four of Coins, right? This is what you've been holding on to is just what you've taken into yourself as a feeling of self-worth of like, I'm a survivor. You couldn't destroy me. I was right and you were wrong. Fair, but that's not even worth holding on to. That is not an identity to be cloaking yourself in. It has almost no purpose or meaning. Like it's just so hollow. I know that maybe right now it's what you felt like that was all you had and it kept you going. When I talk to people about when they're in the really low place, what that next step out looks like is usually something like this, where it's like, I'm a survivor and you couldn't kill me. And fuck you for trying. And that's the next step out. What you're being asked to do here is take several steps beyond that. Again, back to forgiveness, back to just disengaging. Even if you can't get to a place of forgiveness, no problem, right? Like, whatever. That is the eventual goal, to get to the world, to get to the Nine of Cups. But if you don't feel like you're there yet, it's fine. The next step then is just to kick them out of your life, kick them out of your mind, kick them out of your heart, whatever you need to do. Don't let them take up space there. Don't let your past hurts take up space there. It's only destroying yourself. It's not, as sure as shit isn't hurting them any. So then what are we doing, right? All right. So the others involved. Let's nuance this question up a little bit and ask, if Cancer rising stopped letting these people live rent-free in their lives, what would be the outcome? The Three of Swords, they'd just separate. They'd walk away. They'd be hurt. And what else? What else for them, and then what else for Cancer rising? What else for them? Eight of Wands reversed, that's a block. King of Wands reversed, that's a, I'm not inspired by you. I don't follow your ways. I don't learn from you. You don't teach me. Chariot, I control my own life. Page of Coins reversed, I don't learn from you. There's nothing more I can take from you. There's nothing more you can take from me. We're done. Okay. Five of Coins reversed, though, at the base. What this means for you is, instead of feeling like an outsider, eventually you start to feel welcomed and inclusive and a part of normal society and normal, you know, what is normal, but it's just, it feels comfortable. It feels fine. It feels wholesome and positive. It's not challenging. It's not isolating. Yes, this is where you want to get to with this. You kick these people out, then this happens. Then you don't feel like, you know, you've just got enemies surrounding you. Now you feel like you're fine. You're totally fine. You've been through some shit, yes, and it made you stronger. We know that. Where are you now? Coming back to the world, coming back from the grave, from the cold, coming out of the cold. Yeah. And these people are not even on the radar. There's nothing more to happen there. And this is something to be celebrated too, coming out from the cold. This is a big achievement for you. All right, what is the secret that Cancer rising doesn't know about? The Three of Wands. You're working your way. You'll get some messaging too. There's a message here for you. And what is it? Let's get another deck. Hidden Truth. What's the message? What's the message for Cancer rising? I want to tell you how I feel. Okay, how do you feel? Finding out the truth crushed me. Who is this to you? Who is this to you? Who is this to you? Let's get a an archetype card so you can identify who this is. This is someone that I feel like was part of like the group that you're kind of resentful towards now, because it was like a friend, a family member, loved one, whoever, that like took the wrong fucking side, basically. Like they were, maybe you were a part of a friend group, and then like everyone was being crazy, nasty to you, whatever, and they started talking shit and gossiping about you. Well, someone found out the truth about you, and how it was all a lie, and it crushed you, crushed them. It crushed them. It hurt it hurt them very much. So, who was this person to you? A networker. Enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Okay, so this was a person who was always like the one to reach out to you. They were the one to invite you to events. They were the one to communicate with you the most. They were kind of like the central hub of like getting everybody together to do something or do whatever. Well, they were taken in by someone's nonsense about who you were and why you left and blah, blah, blah. And now that they found out the truth, it was devastating to them. So if they do reach out to you, they might be worth your time because they've seen the other side and they realize that they were wrong and wrong about you and about the people that y'all were around, whatever, right? Okay. Good to know. What are you aspiring for this month, Cancer rising? The Knight of Swords. You want to rush in there? Charge in to the rescue. You want to help rescue something. What? The High Priestess. Your own intuition. Oh, wow. You want to save yourself. Nine of Wands. Let down your defenses. Feels good. That feels good. That almost makes me want to cry. You want to rescue yourself. Oh, God. Yeah, that's beautiful. I have all the faith in the world in you that you will do it. You want to let down your defenses so that you can start to bring people back in, so that you can start to love again, so that you can feel at peace and you don't have to clam up and shut people out because you're feeling scared or uncertain. I mean, you're the bear. You're the polar bear here. Nobody can fuck with a polar bear. Like, you're good, but, you've been hurt. And standing up for yourself, let's read it again. Stand up for yourself and speak your truth, respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. You're not attached to people understanding you. You're not attached to people believing you, but you are at least saying your truth. With all due respect, this is how I feel. You can say fuck you. You can say I love you. Doesn't matter. Anything in between. I said what I needed to say, and that was what was critically important. That was the only thing that was important. Can't control how people react to you, but you can at least speak your truth. And you want to come back to your own sense of intuition and your sense of rightness and belonging with the High Priestess. You're here to save yourself because no one else did or could, and that is fucking gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Four of Wands. God damn it, you're going to get what you desire. You're going to have that you're going to have that celebration by the end of the month. You will. Seven of Coins. It will be worth it. Eight of Cups. It's in the past. This is solved by the end of this month. All you have to do is let go of your resentment and judgment and attachment to how people hurt you and focus on that new knowing, your purpose, who you are, your true value. Put that on the pedestal. Speak your truth. Who cares what anyone else says? Doesn't matter. They have their own shit to figure out. They can't hurt you anymore. I was like, how are they going to react? They're severed. They're cut off. They can't do anything. They can't teach you. They can't control you. They can't fucking talk to you. They can't take, you are not meant to know what happens to them because it is literally none of your concern. How will the wider world be affected by your change? King of Coins. You will have such greater stability that you'll have a place for people to call home, a place for people to get rest and resources. Ten of Coins reversed, building toward that generational wealth, not there yet. King of Swords reversed. There will always be people who have their right or the highway, their way or the highway. You have become so much stronger than those people through this. If you know a Gemini rising and they're trying to say your way, the highway, book it. Because I just did a reading for them and they were coming up as a King of Swords reversed. That's neither here nor there. You're getting yourself out of this. Nine of Swords reversed. You're getting yourself out of this. And eventually you're going to be the home base, the respite, this resource, the knowledgeable one, the master, the turtle. You know, you take your time to always get where you're going. You are the source of abundance and blossoming and truth and knowledge, ancient truth and knowledge about who you truly are at your essence and your soul with the sun, but also the way of nature, I feel. What is natural? Cancers, I know, are very in tune with animals as well. Okay. What does Cancer rising need to release for their best interests this month? Let go of the Eight of Coins, doing the same thing over and over again. A lot of habits are going to need to be broken this month. Habits concerning strength, stubbornness, patience. Don't be patient with this. Be impatient. Be impatient. No, I don't have a single second more to allow myself to dwell on how they hurt me or who it was or what was said or how I'd get them back. No. Let that go. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of there, man. Whatever it is, you got to go now. The time is now. All right, let's get a message of Cosmic Oracle cards for our friends Cancer rising from their angels, their loved ones in spirit. What would they like them to know? Stop looking outside yourself for the answers. You already know them. You already know them. You already know them. All right, I don't even need it. That's it. Period. That's it. If you like that, please subscribe. I've got more readings coming, more readings from the past. If you want to look at your Venus sign your Venus sign reading for relationships for last month. It may be posted. I didn't post 4 of them. I fucked up. I decided to move on. There you go. That's what happened, man. And I wish you all the luck. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, you already know. Good luck to you. I'll see you next time. Bye.